Hello again, and today we want to talk about education and career. And we really have two threads we would like to pursue. The first one is the idea that a lot of kids going to university these days are coming out and what they have studied is largely obsolete already because of our swift moving society. And related, and possibly a solution to that, is that they blend varying skill sets or seemingly disparate career choices, and they blend both or many of these things into something uniquely their own, and use those skills and that career really, which is a unique career path, to go forward. So I will open the floor.
You want to add to that?
Well, yeah, actually that reminded me of something very interesting about how nowadays employers are looking for, employees with master's degrees or just higher and higher levels of education. And I think what they are looking for is this creativity and, these skills that are important, but they don't know how to put their finger on it. The education, it is not up to par basically, and we are just pushing people to just get educated more and more and more, and that is causing them to have this debt, and it's not working out. I think we need to evaluate the system and what we are teaching students, and that is what's going to work. And I think if you teach people all these skills and really help them understand, like problem solving and stuff like this, then they don't necessarily have to get master's degree to get a job, they already have these skills. So I think you're right, the education system, it needs a big makeover.
Yeah, I think what's interesting to me is that you're absolutely right, things get obsolete so quickly. In the early 2000s, probably the most sought after, a very popular degrees are in finance and business. Now they were worth nothing because of the financial crisis and everything. Depending on the year that you enter the workforce, you could get a lot of offers, or you can't find a job in 2 years. So now the most sought after degree is in engineering, just because Silicon Valley and its technology sector is doing so well. But who is not to say it's another bubble. So what you were talking about is that the degree should teach basic skills about problem solving, teamwork, and things like that. I completely agree with that. I think also maybe we should think about what you just touched on, the inflation of degrees. Masters are not enough anymore. You have to do PhDs, and PhDs are not enough anymore. What's the end of that learning? But the thing is, we all know from work that the best kind of work learning is through working, is through practice.
Yes.
So I would even argue that could we not shorten, but probably mix education with not just purely studying, and you need that. You need some mind space and time to dig into a topic without any cost. And you can't do that at work. But mix that with some kind of not just internship, but more involved kind of working. And you learn by working, and then you don't have this gap when you like in my industry. We always require people to have 2-3 years of experience. I really don't understand that. Where would the fresh grads go to get those 2-3 years of experience? So there's always this gap, but if you can learn from working and work from learning, or mix the two together, then you don't have you study for 22, 4, 5 years and then you suddenly working.
Exactly.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's true.
No, and actually you touched on something that has always infuriated me, these set number of years experience. Well, hello, no one's willing to give me an opportunity to get experience.
Absolutely, right.
How you get experience? It's just a really screwed up system where it's almost impossible. The way it's set up, you just need a stroke of massive luck
Yeah.
or just something. But it's interesting what both of you said when I was like studying long ago, and I've mentioned this where I interviewed managing directors and asked them, do I really need a degree if I'm able to do the job?
Yeah.
And they said it's a screening point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that we're getting at, one of the things that we're getting at, is this certificate on the wall business. And education should be more than a certificate on the wall. It should prepare you for life.
Exactly.
It should prepare you to actually do the work. And therefore, it should prepare you for work that is required right now in society.
Absolutely.
And so in addition to like regular curriculum, there probably should be something that goes with what's trending now, and probably what's trending now in various people's courses of study, right? Because in every field there's something trending or something that's required or gaps that need filling.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what skills, they are lacking that we should work on.
Yes.
I think an interesting trend is that what the economy increasingly needs is people who are creative and who could make something.
Yes.
They're makers.
Absolutely.
They're creators.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, because like I think it's a very interesting shift back. Like in the old times, you learn a skill to be a craftsman or like a farmer, so you make something, and then we enter this industrial and the post-industrial kind of era where you're sitting there and you're just part of like a long streamline of like processes, and you don't know the whole, and you're more an administrator. And then now we're going back to like where actually programming is very kind of like readily available, and then there are a lot of technologies you can actually just get your hands on and create something out of it without really high cost and really like and you can learn all these skills through online courses and things like that. So it goes back to like this point where you can actually create something on your own and create value, create new technologies, disruptive technology solutions for the world's problems.
You just have to be creative enough to do
Exactly. And the degrees don't reflect these kind of skills.
You're right, you're absolutely right. I think what you said earlier about somehow combining studying with real life experience, that is gold. That is absolutely what we need right now. And I think we should really have good apprenticeship programs that allows people to actually gain experience. Because school, the world of school is a lot more different from the real world where you go to work, because there's all these different dynamics at work when you are in an office or in wherever you're working. You have to pick these up sort of on your own and use these communication skills and creativity to pave your own path.
Right.
So I think these kind of things you learn by experience, and we have to let students gain that experience. We shouldn't, like you said, we shouldn't make it so difficult by going, no, you should have like 5 years of experience for this starting position.
Yes. And so the crux of what we are talking about is application. And that's what it boils down to. Because a lot of people, and especially things like management, leadership, all these soft things, they are taught theories.
Yes, they're taught theories.
And theories are worthless without proper and appropriate application.
Absolutely, yeah.
But actually that applies to everything, right? It's not so much the knowledge itself, it's how you use it, and how effectively you use it.
Yes, how effectively you use it. That's the point, because you have all this information and it is turned into knowledge or wisdom when you use it at the right moment, the right situation. And that's what's lacking. That's what is not being taught right now.
Yes.
Which we as teachers or educators can actually push and teach students. If we're just made aware, or more teachers or institutes are made aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I like your idea of an apprenticeship. Like, it's old school, but at the same time, it's one of the best ways to learn.
Yeah.
And
It's simple and
yeah, it's simple, and there's this idea in the tech industry called extreme programming. Basically, like, you pair two people up and then they work side by side with each other. So it's not that one is necessarily the teacher or the student. They learn from each other. And so as long as you have different skill sets,
the best.
then you can
That's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
I was going to say, because things like that, like an apprenticeship, it's a good way to learn, but it's also a good way to teach.
Yes, exactly.
Because
you learn to teach.
Yes. Like when I was doing quality management, a lot of the time when I was just talking about the principles of the standard, it was like, you see the blurred gaze. But when they actually took what I said, and when we sat down and said, okay, now this is your work and this is how that applies, it was like light bulbs going off. And that's brilliant, because now they have a tool that they know how to use.
Yeah.
And so education, I find sometimes, or maybe increasingly, is just a tool. And then the kids come out and you don't know how to use it, and you don't know when to use it, and maybe it's not the complete set of tools.
Yeah, exactly.
So, which is also an interesting point, and which is what I like about your idea, because now more and more people are pushed into specializing.
Exactly.
So you get this narrowing track, and then you come out with one thing,
one skill.
Exactly.
So which is why your idea is great, because then you can take that skill and then you can take an interest like you naturally have, and you can combine those to bring a
better
skill set that is unique to you
and complementary.
Yes, and hopefully better solutions, because it's not in the line of things.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, it enhances what you are already doing.
Right.
Yes, and it enhances the skill set itself.
Exactly.
Enhancement all around.
Yeah, absolutely. The more you know, the more you're able to see things from different sides, and stays like what I said earlier about doctors. If they know a bit about fitness or exercise, they can actually suggest these things to their patients, and
become more effective.
Exactly, become more effective. That's the point in the end, to have effective contributors to society. That's what education is for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the employment of the future, a lot of people are pointing out that there will be a lot of automation, robots doing our job. It's like very manual or dangerous jobs. So it's likely in a more ideal situation that we'll have kind of shorter working hours in a week. But that means we'll have more free time to pursue other things that we're good at or we're passionate about. And if we have two careers, one is like 3-4 days out of a week, and it's like you make money, you participate in the economy, and then there's another one that's what you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
It betters society, not necessarily through like commercial success or anything like that, but it's you're giving back as well. And then they're complementary. And then you have a more fulfilling life.
That's
and then
the dream.
A bigger impact in society.
To create things and put your creativity, like, manifested into these different awesome things, right?
Yes, and fulfill your soul.
Exactly.
Fulfill your soul, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So
I was thinking of something to do with specialization. Oh yes, this is what it is. So the other component of that is because when people specialize in too narrow a thing, they lose the big picture. And when you lose the big picture, what happens? You lose your sense of your place in it. And that's a huge point. Because if you don't know how you impact your company or your society or your community, that's a very aimless application, I mean, everything has to fit. And again, when I was doing quality management, like each department would be pursuing the department's role. But in fact, that was not all that they had to be pursuing, right? As a company, they had to operate in harmony and in all pulling in one direction. And that cannot happen if people are so like medicine, you know, if you are fixing one thing to screw up something else because you don't know what it is you're doing, that's
Exactly.
a dangerous.
Yeah, that's very dangerous, and that's going on in the medical industry right now. You know, you put like a tap, like something here, and then something else emerges because of that thing, and it's really unhealthy because we do not have this whole rounded view.
Yes, and that's happening across the board, where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, and then operations are going like that, you know, missing by miles. And it's
so dangerous.
Right, it's dangerous. It's no wonder why people don't trust experts and
nowadays, right?
Like,
people have this. They're just so distrustful, and they're so wary of like experts.
I think part of the reason is what you were talking about, because they tell you something very specific that is very true, but it doesn't take care of, like, look at the big picture. So it's not very helpful to us.
Absolutely.
It lacks the whole truth. So if I were to sum up my feelings on how education and a career path should go, I would say it has to, like you were saying, have a blend, and it's a blend of specialization and big picture. It's a blend of learned and experienced, and it's a blend of our unique skill set and a knowledge that should benefit the world.
Yeah, exactly. I think we need to go back to why we have started this whole, you know, making sure everybody's educated for our society to, you know, go like improve together, for people to contribute to the society. But we are not really fulfilling that because our education system has hit a point where we are just like getting people to memorize things, you know?
Treadmill kind of.
Treadmill. So we need to really put soft skills into our curriculum, and we again combine apprenticeship with, you know, whatever we're learning. And I think these two things, they sound quite simple, but I feel like it's difficult to you know, practice, but it's not that crazy that, you know, we are not able to do it. I think it's still a simple idea, and step by step I think it is doable. Maybe in 5 years we could have a system that implements these, if a lot of schools start to experiment with it.
I mean, it's just kind of like furthering what you guys are talking about. I think this education in the future and career in the future could be more fluid. You can maybe very easily flow from education and then to career back to education. Like, when do the education ever stop anyway, right? When you're working, you have to learn. So why do we have school and then business, you know? Can they be more integrated?
Very rigid timeline.
And like, you know, you can be in school, you can be a student at one moment, you can be a teacher at another moment, and then you can be in one specialization part of the week and then another specialization another part of the week, so that you see the big picture and you kind of reap the benefit of learning as well through doing as well as through like knowledge.
Exactly. Learning through doing is the best kind of learning, I believe.
And so in culmination, to say back to what we talked about earlier, where that fusion or transition period then counts towards years of experience. So people coming out have like a smooth sailing.
Exactly.
Both by innate ability and also through just what is on paper, you know. You need 3 years of experience, and they've been working through that towards the end of their college.
Exactly.
That would be
ideal.
Yes.
I agree.
Atlantis of education. All right, so is that what we have for everyone?
Yes, lovely ideas, ladies.
Excellent. We shall see you in the next episode.
Hi, my name is Cosmo, and I'm a user experience designer. I like to use design thinking to promote social good, and I think conversations like this is a great way to start rethinking our world. That's why I'm doing this.
Hello, my name is Gazala. I'm a big believer in providing people with the right tools to expand their perspective. I'm doing this to bring awareness to us collectively.
Hi, my name is Penny, and I really think the conversations that we have with each other in this world could do with a major upgrade. So that's the reason I'm doing this.